I thought I was dreaming. I went around the room and it was this yellow spark of light. Welcome to Firefly Conversations, your spark to grow in communication, leadership, and life. Your host, Agnes, and I believe that even the tiniest spark can ignite transformation. This is episode 1, and I would like to take you back to where it all began. The moment when my spark was lit and why I started this podcast. Let me start with something real and personal. During the pandemic, I went through the darkest season of my life. Both my parents passed away because of critical illness, and my once bright and positive world was eclipsed by grief, regret, and loneliness. I don't know if you've ever felt that way, like you're walking in a pitch dark room trying to find your way, but every step feels heavy. I remember I was watching an interview by Christina Rasmussen, and she said something like, the best way to honor the people that we've lost is through living a good life. And I remember that evening, as I was about to drift to sleep, the room was pitch dark. And then I saw a spark of light in front of me. I thought I was dreaming. I went around the room and it was this yellow spark of light. I am sure you've guessed what it is. Yes, it's a firefly. In my mind, I was thinking, out of all the units in our condo in the city, why would this firefly go inside our room? But in my heart, I felt it was my mom telling me that it's time that I should live my life. I was inspired by the firefly because fireflies have the ability to produce their own light. Because of that journey, I enrolled in programs, courses, and coaching. That firefly became my anchor, my reminder, and my inspiration. Over time, it grew into a vision. And that is what I call the Firefly Conversations. As I healed and grew, I threw myself in personal development. And that's when I found Toastmasters, standing up to speak, leading as club president, mentoring others, and as of the time of this recording, serving as an area director. All of that stretched me to what I thought was possible. But more than the title and the speeches, what I discovered is this: the power of conversations. Conversations with mentors who believed in me when I doubted myself. Conversations with fellow leaders who encouraged me and challenged me. Conversations with friends and family who reminded me why I do what I do. Each one was like a spark, and when sparks come together, they create a glow strong enough to light up even the darkest times. And that's the vision behind this podcast: to create conversations that ignite transformation. You might be wondering, well, Agnes, why start a podcast? Well, the answer is simple: because I believe in the power of stories. They shape us, connect us, and remind us of what's possible. And what better way to share stories than through conversations you can listen to while driving, cooking, or winding down after a long day. And another reason is this: I am a Toastmaster, and one of the electives or projects in the pathway or the course that I took is starting a podcast. That means I'm not only sharing conversations with you, I'm also growing as a communicator through this project. So this podcast isn't just my passion, also part of my commitment to keep learning, improving, and giving back. Through Firefly Conversations, I'll bring inspiring guests, practical tools, and real stories that empower you to live with clarity, confidence, and courage. So what can you expect here? You will learn from luminaries, leaders, mentors, and creators who shine in their own fields. You will also hear solo episodes where I will share tools and lessons on leadership, wellness, communication, and personal growth. And most importantly, you'll feel that you're part of a community, like fireflies sparking light together. Because here's the truth: you don't have to shine alone, because we can shine brighter together. If there's one thing I would like you to remember from this episode, it's this: your spark matters. Even if it feels small right now, even if you're not sure how bright it can get, every big flame started with a spark. And your spark might be something that someone else is waiting for. Thank you so much for tuning in to the first episode of Firefly Conversations. I can't tell you how much it means to me to have you at the beginning of this journey. If this story resonated with you, I would like to invite you to follow the podcast so you don't miss future episodes. Share it with a friend who might need that little spark today. And connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I also want to share that I am a work in progress. This podcast is not just a project, it's part of my Toastmasters journey. So along the way, I will also be sharing my growth as a Toastmaster and the lessons I'm learning about communication, leadership, and resilience. And to my Toastmasters family, thank you very much for inspiring me to keep growing and sparking conversations like this. This is just the beginning. Next episode, we will be joined by my dear mentor, Ian Cortez, Distinguished Toastmaster, as we talk about mentoring, leadership, and speech contests in Toastmasters. We talk about how mentorship can lead to your journey of transformation. Until then, remember that your spark matters. Keep sparking light.